This episode is sponsored by The Path, the coach-guided membership designed to help you make alcohol small and irrelevant in your life by removing your true desire to grab that next drink. Our science-based, compassion-led program allows you not only to shift your behavior and your relationship around alcohol, but more importantly, uncover and reprogram your subconscious conditioning and neural connections that have been keeping you stuck for years. With daily live breakthrough coaching, an intimate and supportive community, regular peer-to-peer connection calls, and a complete vault of resources, this is where your path to total freedom and effortless enjoyment of your new way of life begins. Join us at nakedmindpath.com. Hi, this is Annie Grace, and I am answering readers' questions, and it is March 2022. I actually want to put the date on this one because this is really interesting. I've been getting this question, not directly, but sort of through the grapevine, through different channels, is do I moderate? Do I drink alcohol? And it's interesting. My official answer when I am on the press or on television is that I drink as much as I want whenever I want. And I haven't wanted to drink in more than 7.5 years now. And the reason that I don't say that I'm sober, even though I don't drink alcohol, and I certainly do not moderate alcohol. In fact, if you're curious about moderation, I would highly recommend you download. I created a free ebook, and it's called The 6 Things That You Need to Know About Moderation According to Science. And it's at canimoderate.com. It's totally free, but it has all of the information and my personal thoughts about moderation because it's such a difficult thing for people to do and the brain science behind that. So again, that's at canimoderate.com. And if you're really curious about moderation for yourself, then I highly recommend you read that. You'd also get my perspective on moderation and why I don't do it. It doesn't make any sense to me in my life. I look at alcohol as if I look at a glass of motor oil, right? Because I know so definitively what it does in my brain and my body and my emotions. And I've had the opportunity to get drunk by myself in front of a video camera and just really see myself like just the light go out of my eyes, my energy drain, my emotional presence just go away, me become the shell of myself, thinking I was funnier, but really just not being funny. And after watching that was over 7 years ago now, after watching that, there's just no chance that I'm going to put alcohol in my body. Like it makes absolutely no sense to me. Now, I totally understand where they might be confusion because on television, when I'm on, Good Morning America or Nightline or any of these different TV shows, Red Table Talk, I say I drink as much as I want whenever I want. I just haven't wanted to drink in over 7.5 years. There's a really important reason that I say that. I feel so deeply and so strongly that anything that comes out of my mouth publicly should have the lowest barrier to entry into this conversation humanly possible. I want to be able to have a conversation where if you're sitting at a bar and you're 3 or 4 shots in, or you're 3 or 4 pints in, I actually can sit next to you and have a conversation with you about alcohol that makes you feel loved and makes you feel like, gosh, there's hope here, and certainly doesn't make you want to run away. And if I was, really all about some of the things that really turned me off during the days that I was thinking about questioning my drinking, those wouldn't be the conversations we're having. So I aim to always have the lowest barrier to entry around this conversation. And I'm a firm believer that it's totally up to you. Nobody can make this decision for you. Nobody can tell you what to do or not do. And I also truly, truly believe that our worth as human beings should not be distilled down to and defined by, first of all, any behavior. I don't think our behavior is tied into our worthiness, but for sure not the one behavior of did you drink or did you not drink? And if you're looking at your whole life and you're tying up your worthiness with that one behavior, I would just like to tell you that you're worth so much more than that. We humans, we're worth so much more than our behavior, just because we exist, just because we breathe, just because we're human, just because we are. And so when I see that, I want to separate sort of the behavior from the worthiness. And actually around this Naked Mind, our signature program, The Path, we have people come in and we say, okay, put down the behavior-based goal for a second, because that actually feels heavy and intense, that goal to get sober or that goal to never drink again, or even the moderation goals, they can feel really heavy and intense. And let's pick up an emotion-based goal Tell me how you want to feel. And for some people, that they want to feel free. Other people, they want to feel back in control. Some people want to feel liberated. Some people just want to feel kind of sane again because they've been using so much mental energy thinking about drinking and having this dialogue on and on in their heads. For me, I wanted alcohol to be small and irrelevant. And when I set out on my journey over 8.5 years ago now, I didn't have an outcome. I didn't have I would never drink again. I had an emotion-based goal. I wanted alcohol to be small and irrelevant. And whatever path led me to that was the path I was going to take. And for me, that just means not drinking, because when I drink, and again, you can get all the details on the brain science around moderation at canimoderate.com. And that's a free ebook. I've created it on the 6 reasons that you need to know these things about alcohol before you try to moderate. But for me, that's not freedom. Actually, moderation is taking the entire conversation. And I ended up thinking about alcohol when I was trying to cut back. This was 9, 10, 12 years ago when I was trying to cut back, when I was stuck in the cycle, when I was beating myself up, when I had that goal of, drinking less. I thought about alcohol more trying to cut back than I did when I was just drinking and not even thinking about it. And so for me, it's the opposite of freedom. And I wanted alcohol to be small and irrelevant in my life. And I do that by not drinking. So again, I drink as much as I want, whenever I want. I just have not wanted a drink in over 7.5 years. And I have not had a drink, and I don't intend to. But it's so important to me, not only for my own brain, because instantly when you say never again, you're not even going to know you're successful until you're dead. But then also the brain clenches down and says, well, what if you accidentally have a drink? What if this happens? What if that happens? I don't want any of that mental drama. I just want to make a daily decision. But for me, alcohol, again, it's like drinking a glass of motor oil. There's nothing good there. There's nothing that I would ever trade for my peace of mind and my joy and my freedom and the fact that it is so small and irrelevant. So no, I don't moderate. No, I don't drink, but I keep my language around it really light, because I think that's the entry point into this conversation for all of us. And because I don't think it's my job to tell anybody what they should do. I think my job is just to share my own story and to share scientific facts about what alcohol is and what it does in the brain and body. And that's where my role ends. And then everything else is up to you, because this is your life and you get to choose what's right for you. So what a great question. Thank you so much. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Are you ready to make instant changes to your drinking? The answer is not in restriction or deprivation. And no, you don't need more self-control. I'm here to tell you that you can break your patterns and habits and finally feel liberated from alcohol. You can return to a life where alcohol is small and irrelevant for you, a non-issue, take it or leave it. In fact, I have 3 secrets to control your drinking, and I'm going to teach them all live in a special 3-day virtual event from March 28th through the 30th. Learn these 3 secrets to control your drinking and make changes instantly live with us. Save your spot today at controlalcohollive.com. I can't wait to see you there. And as always, rate, review, and subscribe to this podcast, as it truly helps the message reach somebody who might need to hear it today.